I have a major warning for you because our economy is in trouble with or without stimulus. Now, a lot of people think that our economy is doing fine, and in some cases it is. But overall, our economy and the American people are in trouble. Now, it has been a couple of years that we have been in this predicament. We're seeing inflation at 8.5%, yet food prices are at 10%. Gas prices are at 45%, and rents are at 20%. This is year over year. Well, what about wages? Well, wages are only up 4.4% year over year. But what does this do to the American people? Well, it reduces our buying power. Let me just give you an example. Let's say you have $100. That $100 used to get you about $100 worth of stuff. That was great. Well, times have changed. Our buying power has been reduced by about 30%. That's what you're left with. That's what you're left with. Now, just so you know, it's not a real $100 bill. It's a fake $100 bill, but you get the idea. We are left with not the 100% we used to have. How about 70% buying power? That's a huge issue. That's not all. We have more issues as well. We are seeing China's extended lockdown. This is causing additional shortages of goods here in the United States and all across the world. Now, this is not expected to get any better, especially anytime soon. And experts are predicting that the worst will come in a couple of weeks. Now, why is this so important? Because most people are not prepared. We are going to see more shortages. Businesses are already shutting down as a result of not having goods to sell. Employees are leaving their jobs to find something a little bit more stable. And diesel prices, this is causing a new major concern. I addressed this yesterday when I talked about how truckers have actually started to opt out of and get out of this industry, the trucking industry, as a result of rising diesel prices. Now, just to give you an idea, you may not know this because you may not drive a vehicle that requires diesel, but diesel just 1 month ago cost $5.07. That's astronomical. But today, the average price in the United States for a gallon of diesel is $5.53. That's a 46-cent increase in just 1 month. That's crazy. Okay? The US government, they have helped out a lot of people. They've helped out businesses. They've bailed us out multiple times. Now, the US government is not going to be able to bail out businesses or the American people once again. Honestly, we can't afford it. A bailout would require our government to have money to spend. But the problem is that so much stimulus has been passed over the previous 2 years that we don't have the ability to pass anything else. Not only that, but lawmakers can't agree on anything. They can't agree on a time frame, what provisions to put in the bill, when to pass it, who to send money to, nothing. All Democrats are pretty much blaming Democratic Senator Joe Manchin for the issues that we are currently facing because he is the one that blocked the Build Back Better Act from passing back in December. Okay, Republicans are blaming Democrats, and well, where does that put the American people? The American people are left wondering, when will more come for us? When are we going to get some assistance? When are we going to get some help? We're not. Right now, you probably don't have a lot of high hopes for what is going on, and I completely understand. Walmart, of all places, of all retail stores, are closing down because there's not enough customers to go into certain stores. That's insane. A Walmart store, a big store, one of the biggest retailers in the entire world, is closing down because people are not shopping there. But talking to Walmart employees, it's not because people aren't going there, they aren't buying products. And the reason is not because Walmart doesn't want the products or doesn't want the customers to buy the products. Walmart can't get them themselves. They just can't. And if truckers are leaving the industry, guess what? There's going to be another major shortage. We're going to see stores in short supply. I remember going by a Target just the other day. Okay? A Target, a very popular store, a very big store. Target, in the store that I drove by, had just containers lined up in the parking lot. Because guess what? They all started showing up. So what do? They just lined them up in the parking lot. That's it. And Target, in many locations, they're having to change their hours just because of the lack of customers. So now Target has too much supply, too much stock, and they're changing their hours because they don't have enough customers. Guess what this means? For food, that is horrible. If food shows up and it's sitting in a container, I can tell you right now, it's going to go bad. Well, the only reason I was at Target the other day is because I need to buy milk and I need to buy bread. Okay, those two things. Just thought I'd run in, buy milk and bread. Well, here's what happened. I didn't buy milk because it actually the milk that was there expired on May 8th. May 8th is tomorrow. I went there yesterday on Friday. So I went there on May 6th. It will expire on May 8th. I didn't buy it. That was all they had. Bread, I bought bread. Okay? It was like $1.99 or $2.49 or something like that. I ended up buying it because I needed bread. And I went there, bought it. Well, guess when it expires? The bread that I bought yesterday on May 6th expires on May 11th. That's in 4 days. So I pretty much have 5 days to eat the bread before it expires. That's what we're going to see. Now let's talk about Costco, because Costco, big brand, major brand, absolutely love Costco. Here's the issue with Costco. They're limiting the amount of products that you can actually buy in many bigger cities. Well, it used to be with just toilet paper and bottled water. No, not anymore. There's a lot of things that you cannot get that they're limiting. Okay, that's huge. I went to a Costco a few weeks back, and you could only buy one rotisserie chicken. One. My family normally gets 2 anyway, but you could only buy 1. Okay, so you can't go and get their rotisserie chicken. A lot of people go in there, completely understand. You're saving money by buying a $4.99 chicken. It's a good deal. But again, Costco is limiting the amount of products that people can buy. And so I want to touch on these things. Our economy is in trouble. With stimulus or without stimulus, we are in trouble. Remember when I said, okay, that $100 that used to buy you $100 worth of stuff. Well, technically it bought you $100 worth of stuff. It's been going down for decades, but you get the idea. Now, just in the past year, we are pretty much getting 70%. A 30% reduction in our buying power because of our wages are not going up and keeping up with inflation, but inflation is still down from where food prices are, gas prices are, and even rents. Now, that is a major problem. And I know so many people are out there trying to figure out, well, what do we do? Here's my advice to you. Be prepared. Stock up on food. Make sure you have enough money, okay? And I know that's a tough thing to say. I know it's a tough ask. But if you can get another job, if you can take on a few more hours with your employer, if you can create a side hustle, I'd recommend you do it. Because right now, our economy is doing fairly well. But what happens when our unemployment rate, which is currently at 3.6%, what happens as it starts to trickle back up? What happens when people start losing their jobs? What happens when you lose your job and you can't afford your apartment or your house? What happens then? Do you sell? And can you sell? When did you buy your house? Did you buy it at a good deal? And can you sell and make some money? Again, our economy is in trouble with or without stimulus, but the thing that nobody knows is, when will we have the most amount of issues? When are we going to potentially dip into a recession? It might be there now. We don't know. But again, that's my warning to you. Just be ready, because nobody knows what to expect moving forward. But the only thing that you can do is you can prepare. So again, just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.